Corey sets down a trap and Chihiro gets caught in it, but Chisa frees him immediately. If they ain't just the darndest beings. Good nigga pieces are finding the year of the paradigm. Toon Link, Bravo, Dave, Anomaly, Nomakars. Funami is the man who is... Well, actually, it's... Toon Link is over here, so I really should have been like, it's so odd, because everything's all over the place. Toon Link, Dave, Bravo, Dave, Anomaly, everything's been knocked over yonder. These parts, geez Louise, Anomaly, what you doing over here? Our good old Anomalakaris on the wall. There we go. Yeah, you can go and munch on that light, it's fine. I'm the United States Aviator. Welcome back to the Hunger Games. I realized, yesterday was supposed to be the start of OC action. However, I was exhausted this week from Chicago. I walked many a mile, so that'll actually be next week. I took a well-deserved, extra break from doing anything, so we'll have OC action next time. And by next time, I mean next Thursday, so just get excited for that. Oof. Are we ready? I think we're ready. This is Good Friday. This year, Easter is late in the year, and it is, put these secret achievements over here. Definitely turned to a different page accidentally, but whatever. It's late this year. It is 4:20 this year, but ain't nothing but a thing. I'm here to bring you guys more Danganronpa Hunger Games, and to celebrate Good Friday, I'm bringing you the Goodest. I've selected 8 of the Goodest Danganronpa characters from each franchise. Who are the top 8 good ones in my eyes? That's right, it's my personal opinion, so you know Saint Junko's gonna be in Danganronpa 1. Yeah, baby. Let me talk to you about everyone who I've chosen. First of all, in Danganronpa 1, we got Makoto. Not debatable, let's talk about it. Togami. So Togami was actually like my number 8. I'm gonna be 100% with you. When you look at the other 8, he's not really that bad. And when you like get over, it's not a facade. Togami is, you know, a little bit of a jerk, but at the end of the day, you know, he did what was right. So, you know, I'm here for that. So Togami, he's in there. Hina, uncontested. Chihiro, probably the number 1. Saint Junko, blessed be Saint Junko. Taka, Kyoko, and freaking Sayaka. I mean, she, despite... And I'm trying, so when I look at these top 8, I'm trying to take into account, like, you know, if they were in the, like if they were all doing a regular school year rather than what they did in their killing games. That's where my mind went for this. So as you go on, we will also see folks like Hajime, Fat Togami, Chiaki, Gundam, Ibuki, Mahiru, Nekamaru, and Sonya. I'll be real, I feel like Danganronpa 2 is probably, I feel like the least contested one. I feel like pretty confident about these 8, not for nothing. I feel like a couple of them could have been exchanged for like 1 or 2, but overall, Danganronpa 2 is just a nice group of characters, you know what I mean? V3, we had Shuichi, Himiko, Rantaro, the champion Kurumi, Kori, Gonta, Kaito, and Kibo. This one also wasn't too difficult. So when I got to 10, I found it to be a little bit difficult. Then I looked and I was like, I don't know if I can call Tinko an absolute good. She's only good to the ladies. So I eliminated her, and I don't remember who else it was. Kaede. Kaede could have been in here. I was exchanging Kaede for Shuichi, but I was like, we'll give it to the Hat Boy. Ultra Respect Girls was, really, which 3 should I eliminate? And I eliminated, Jotaro, because I think he's probably, the worst, maybe not the worst behaved, but I think did some of the worst things in Ultra Despair Girls of the kittens. Then Haiji for obvious reasons, and who else did I take out of here? Genocide Jack, that's literally a serial killer. So then the other 8 by default, and there's another by default group, and we'll get to them. Chisa, Daisaku, Great Gozu, Kizakura, Munakata, Mitarai, Seiko, and Maya are locked in for this group. It was pretty easy. We took out Juzo. I took out Juzo last. Juzo was like the kind of the linchpin. The easy ones were Ruka. Izioi, I was like, I don't know. Izzy always pretty good too, but I mean, like, whatever Ruka says, yeah, it's unfortunate. And somebody else, Tengen. Tengen was easy to take out. I hate Tengen with all of my heart. I hope he burns. And I didn't feel this way until a couple of weeks ago. That being said, if you know, you know, we will continue on to the bears. There's literally only 9 of them on this list, so I had to eliminate the worst one, and the worst one is Kurokuma. That is our list of folks. Those are our lads and lasses. Those are our good beans. So as you're eating jelly beans, this, I guess, Easter, potentially, go ahead and get those picks in the comments below. I'll go through some of your comments from last time, because last time I asked you guys about your ideal lunch table. This time, I'll probably ask something Easter related. Or WrestleMania related, who knows? Let's go. Onward to actually spin a certain wheel. Because both the champions are here, and Chaos certainly could reign. To keep it a buck with you, I am expecting it. If it dodges both times, I'd be surprised. Hina, go do your thing. Spin that wheel, will Chaos reign? Yeah, maybe not, actually. Hold on. Not yet. Both champions are in, however, so you know what that means. Hina gets one more opportunity. I guess there's a world where it doesn't hit 2 times in a row, but at this percentage level, we'll see. Oh yeah, no, yeah, okay. Everybody, to make everything go crazy. It's time to go crazy, here we go. Hina, hit that chaos real quick, it's chaos time.
I won't forgive you.
And that means chaos has reigned. I should keep this phone out though, because I usually go through your comments still. By the blessings of the turtle ducks, I must say that now this matchup is for the Danganronpa Hunger Games Champion of Champions title. It will be a title unification match, and it all begins right now. So, if you made those picks a second ago, you might want to remake them because now titles are on the line, and I would like to point out there is a world where Kyo, who is our tag team agent of Chaos, could cash in Chaos for his team on Togami, or onto freaking Sayaka, or onto, he's got 3 options because Kizakura's in this fight too. There's a world where we have a really crazy episode. We could have a winner-take-all situation here. Okay, without further ado, I think we just get the show on the road, shall we? I'm gonna make my picks, you guys make yours. I'm gonna go through your comments from last time, rate your luncheon tables. And I'll ask you guys another question. Boom, 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 boom. Where is last week's episode? There it is. Sierra Hotel India Echo Lima Delta Shield. And as we do such last week, I responded to a lot of these actually. Shield mentioned says Arrow. Anthony Sub saying, who's the best Doki Doki Literature Club girl? If we go by the AWE, you picked the wrong one, the objectively wrong one. Yeah, fair enough. That is fair. but I wasn't. I was not. Opening. So the dude became a tribal chief. Kizakura goes to a different wrestling company. Sayaka dresses up really weirdly. Leon or Makoto is Becky. Who's Jay and Jimmy? Who knows? And as your lunch table, you picked oddballs. So Eula, Leloid, Irving, not from Trails, from Tales of Symphonia. Nia or Naya? I think it's Nia from Xenoblade 2. Zuko from Avatar, which is really nice. And Silver the Hedgehog. That does sound like it sounds like an interesting dynamic. I don't know how fun it would be, but it would definitely be, you would never have a boring day at the table. The Glove Mans, Matthew Glover. For the lunch table has Ibuki, Kaito, Gonta Nekamaru, and Makoto Nijima, not Naegi. That's a distinction. I was like, all right, little Makoto there, and I was like, no, it's your girl. Saving grace pick was Kafka. Kafka's now sitting up there in between my boys. Let me see. She's babysitting. Jags fan. There's that mysterious dinging again. I witnessed it long, long ago. But I digress. We will continue. You chose Neo, Mukuro, Navia, Farina, Gaming, The Boys, and Silver Wolf. Neo, Mukuro, Navia, Farina, Gaming, The Boys, and Silver Wolf. I was gonna say that's a lot of people. I feel like this group has a lot of personalities, but somehow, some way, we'd all come together for a good time. Just like, you know, you guys could play a little D&D together. I don't know, maybe. I feel like that would be a fun D&D group. Dragon Force Zara saying, Mizuki, please don't be the next one to die. But wasn't the next one, but you know, small victories. Yeah, that's the best you've had your saving grace picks in a while. But your fantasy draft for the lunch table is Ibuki, Estelle Bright, Junpei, ideally after he's met Chidori, Mizuki from the Nirvana Initiative, and Yuki Takamiya from 13 Sentinels. A game I've never played, so I know nothing about the last character, but the other ones seem like a good time. Kat, I am not good at friendships and social interaction. I often find an empty table specifically so I don't have to risk talking to people. Chihiro might be nice, pre-time skip Bernadetta, and Marianne as well. I don't want to add more people to the table. So just the homies, just vibing together. Fair enough. Fair enough. Not a lot of talking at that table, but you know what? The temperament. I can feel it. Sonic Gaming says, AV's statement about Monica being the best girl is true. Saint Junko also true. AV has an 80% chance to always be true. You're dang right. Your table is Farina, Chiaki, Laszlo. Laszlo, okay, yeah. Makoto from Persona 5, 2 Makoto Persona 5 picks, and LA Knight. Yeah, that's a fun table. I will give you that. And lastly, we have Kuzu, who said Monica is arguably the best girl. Everyone is out here taking shots at poor Monica, but it's true, not in the AWE. She's some trash. But outside of the AWE, we love her. As for the question, Navi again, Gundam, Gangle, and Gaming. I promise having 4 to 5 of those was not intentional. Fair enough. We have a Good Friday episode for you. Tonight we are getting, we're actually a little bit early for Inferno today, because I will be going back out of town, but just briefly this weekend for WrestleMania, to watch it with some homies. That being said, we don't want to dilly and dally too much, even though chaos is reigning this time. Let me ask you your questions. I had one. Okay, well, let me get this out of the way first for my wrestling fans. What WrestleMania match are you looking forward to the most this WrestleMania weekend? On the other hand, for everybody else, the normal question. I guess not. I was gonna say I don't want to exclude people who don't represent Easter. So let's talk about eggs in general. We'll start with an Easter one. Have you ever, like, dyed Easter eggs? Because, you know, I've dyed Easter eggs. That used to be, like, an old pastime when I was a kid. You ever get those, like, crayons where you wrote on the Easter egg? Did you ever write anything ridiculous on those eggs? Because I may have done so in the past. And I will tell you about it. That being said, tell me about your Easter egg dyeing experiences if you have any fun ones, any fun memories doing that. But then also, if you don't celebrate Easter, you don't dye eggs, tell me, what's your favorite either egg dish or way to prepare eggs? I'm talking, you know, like boiled, fried, scrambled, or if they're like egg dishes like an omelet. Quiche is very eggy. Tell me any of those things, and if you hate eggs, today's not for you, and let me know why you hate them. So now everybody's got a little something to talk about. Go discourse in the comments. I will tell you scrambled is the best way to enjoy eggs. When I was a kid, that's not true. I think I have a better experience to tell when I was in college. we were like having a little egg thing, and we dyed eggs too. And I wrote nerd on one of the eggs, and I just find that always brings a smile to my face because the person who I was like, ha, nerd. Haha nerd. Oh wow. Haha week does, it kind of brings me back. Haha nerd was like a running gag we had in our friend circle. I even got nerd, I still have nerd socks somewhere in one of these drawers. Socks just read nerd on the front. That being said, I'm picking Taka. Taka's about to be champion. In fact, I think Taka's gonna be double champion. I'm predicting Chaos reigns for the tag teams as well. Let's start this episode. The following matchup is currently only to unify the Danganronpa Hunger Games Champion of Champions title. However, could it also be for the tag team titles? Let's walk out, let's start round one, and let's find out together. As a tribute sound on their podiums, the horns they lost sound and horn bearers. Sound them horns. What that sound? What that sound? That sounds the horns. Thank you, horn bearers. Once again, we will not dilly and dally because Kaito immediately picks up a dimensional scythe. Chiaki's found a table. Nobody's gonna go through it unless Sonya finds a hat rack. So many hats, too many hats. In fact, Kurumi and Kori conspire against Kaito. Gonta creates a marketable plushies of Nagisa without his permission. Nagisa is so mad before he has a chance to react. The plushies sell like hotcakes. Munakata finds a skateboard, time to do some sick moves. Sick! Monica. Rantaro Mayas places for some music as Taichi chases Kyoko. Daisaku finds a bike. Play the bike theme. Don't mind if I do. As Monodam and Monokuma get into an argument over who should be in charge, Monosuke tries to go heroic but retaliates and kills him instead. Momo. Taichi is tired and others and turns heel. Seiko finds a pillow so sleepy. Himiko sneaks up on Kyoko, but Kyoko has seen and heard. Let me tell you, Himiko's terrible at sneaking up on people. She was like, I'm gonna get her, and Kyoko was just like, is she serious? Kyoko murders Himiko. Mitsurai somehow finds a pseudo armor, puts it on and gleams with a dazzling shine. Kotoko drives a demon summoning circle on the ground, for fun. Monokuma's looking for an easy out. Great Gozu really doesn't want to, but oh my gosh, finds herself having to get rid of Gundam. Hiroko tries to get others to notice her. Nagisa finds a boombox, time to play some sick beats. Hina, you've already cashed in Chaos, so this doesn't matter. However, that does. Kori is sick and tired of Kizakura not being, and sick of not being champion, sick of everyone. Kori is officially, reigning Chaos mid-match. Oh no. Guys, this is turned into a winner-takes-all match. I'm sorry, I need to re-announce this. Get the alarms, sound the alarms. All titles are on the line. It's winner take all. And if Chaos didn't reign, it still would have been winner take all back to back in the Hunger Games. No, that's the wrong one. In the Hunger Games. It's winner take all, baby. It's Togami and Kizakura pose proudly with their titles. In this instance, we're not, I guess we're guaranteed a new champ alert. But I suppose there's a way that a singles champion and a tag team champion could still retain their titles together. We'll see if that happens though, as Togami and Kizakura pose proudly with those titles. Usami, everything's on the line. I don't know if we realize how crazy that is. Kori said, alright, you want to do that? Let's do it, let's do it. Agent of Chaos went crazy together today, I guess. Usami's rambling on. Hajime finds some moon shoes. Mataru calls back on that Knight's Oath. And he's got his knight's armor. Rantaro accepts the shadows. Rantaro gains the power of Persona. Makoto finds a massive sack of apples. Ibuki thanks Mahiru for being there for. Yuta accepts the shadows. Yuta gains the power of Persona. Monokuma challenges Kizakura to a duel. Monokuma bites the dust. The Archon Secret and Chihiro grant him a Dendro vision. Nekomaru sizes his muscles. Komaru murders Kizakura in front of Daisaku. There's nothing Daisaku can do. Admittedly, he hasn't lost the tag team titles yet. His partner Sayaka is still in. Dedu, unfortunately, cannot help them. Taka finds Pilot? Pilot, what are you doing here? Taka brings Pilot back to his tank. Hey, that's my boy. That's a stand-up guy. You know what, Taka? For protecting my son. I'm even use the Frimine pin for this. I'm gonna give you a little secret achievement. Find Pilot and bring him back to the tank. Taka has earned himself a secret achievement. Congratulations to your boy in this chaotic episode. That is my pick to win, but at the very least he got himself into the finale, so good for him. Can you imagine if Junko wins this and gets all the titles? I can. Something inside of Monofini drives her to fight for what she believes in. Monofini feels heroic. I don't know if this is a title unification match, though. What if Corey's just raining chaos on Kizakura and his team? I don't know. We'll see. Makoto finds a massive sack of apples. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Ibuki thanks Mahiru for being there for. Yuta accepts the shadows. Yuta gains the power of Persona. Monokuma challenges Kizakura to a duel. Monokuma bites the dust. Archon Secret and Chihiro grant him a Dendro vision. Nekomaru sizes his muscles. Komaru murders Kizakura in front of Daisaku. There's nothing he can do. I've reread so much of that, actually. Archon Secret and Junko grant her an Animo vision. Light as air. Monofini is feeling heroic. Chisa is really worried about Daisaku. Fat Togami doesn't understand why Hajime searches for things. We can just buy things. Darkness rolls around Gundam. He's now back as a zombie. Kibo finds a belt of Pokeballs. Masaru trips in a bush and finds a Yeet Ball. Freaking Sayaka steals that Yeet Ball. Mahiru finds a neon open sign. Must belong to a popular arena supermarket. You better believe. Monokid has a strong sense of justice and turns face. I would have never believed it. Shuichi steals freaking Sayaka's Yeet Ball. Shirokuma finds a big stick and Maya steals Shuichi's Yeet Ball and runs off with it. That is our show so far. We have 43 people left and all the titles are on the line after the saddest of all moments for Monosuke, Himiko, Gundam, Monokuma, Kizakura. But, it ain't over yet. We still got 43 people left. So let's stick it to them. Let's keep going. Next round sees 43 remain. No champion is without a way to the championship. And we go on to round 2. Makoto eats a Honeycrisp apple. It's pretty bad, actually. It's probably rotting, just like Gundam's body. Mahiru steals my soundboard. Wait, how? Kyoko picks up some new coal line in various places. Usami also protect Monofini. Yuta is prepared to defend his friends. Taichi's thinking plans to get out of here. Komaru and Nagisa breakdance together. Shirokuma waves his big stick around menacingly. Daisaku starts sobbing uncontrollably. Kurumi steals my Z-ball, runs off with him. Monofini does something really cute. Monika came down to those stress after he was feeling heroic and now he's a coward. Hajime spots something shiny in the distance. Mitra is glad he can rely on Munakata. Freaking Sayaka lays a title belt on the ground, grabs Shirokuma in a headlock, and drives his skull hard into the metal, killing that bear. Shuichi thinks about Himiko, sobs quietly. Masaru steals Kurumi's Z-ball, runs off with it. Monodam finds a fishing rod. He can catch all the fish. Archon Secret and Sonya grant her a Hydro Vision, actually. Kotoko checks on her circle. Her demon has come out, and we've literally seen it in OC action. It's kind of terrifying. Great Gozu wonders about the future. Taka tries to keep on a brave face for everyone's sake, and they're all still alive, so good for them. Togami finds us all below his concern. Ibuki seems to find Chiaki's presence rather soothing. Maya's got a Pyro Vision. Seiko sweeps up footprints around the cornucopia. My janitor. Fat Togami is starving. I got a massive stack of pancakes. Nekomaru wanders off and gets lost, never to be seen again. Great Gozu tries to creep on Junko, but Junko creates a gust of air beneath her and escapes. Saint Junko is safe, baby. Kibo tosses out a Pokeball. Out comes Roserade, who pedal dances Komaru to shreds. Maya sets Chiaki's table on fire, then slams Chiaki through her own table, flaming table. Munakata uses the base of a cliff as a half pipe. Kori sets down a trap and Chihiro gets caught in it, but Chisa frees him immediately. If they ain't just the darndest beans. Monotaro doesn't understand what's happening. Hina's starving, as usual, sniffs out a single waffle, you fiend. Monica tries to kill Togami. Togami tries to bribe her. Monica takes the money, then kills Togami in what could be a new champ alert. Will Togami find his way back? Hiroko hits on Nagisa. That's suspicious. Gonta finds a handgun. Can he use a handgun? We'll see. Rantaro, Maya, and Monica grab their instruments and play a sad song for Shirokuma. Remember, they have the power, if enough of them are to revive somebody. Kaito slices his scythe, opening up dimensional rift, Sparta style, kicking Seiko into the despair dimension. We still have 37 left. Right now, as everyone's starting to gather their weapons, it's a slow grind. And at the very least, it's also a saddest of all moments. 4. Shirokuma, Nekomaru, Komaru, Chiaki, Togami. The beat goes on. The show must go on, as we still have 37 people left. It is, as we said earlier, a slow grind early until everybody's got their items. Now that items have been appearing, what will go on? As Togami eats a single pancake from a stack, Gundam dangles his arms around because he's still a zombie. Monokid fights for truth, honor, and justice. He becomes Super Monokid. Yuta summons their persona, uses Zio, shocking Kyoko, leaving them dazed. Monofini accepts her shadows. Monofi gains the power of persona. Munakata made some mistakes as a leader, but wants to do right by the future side. Daisaku knocks out Sonya in a fist fight, puts a dust collar on them. Chihiro builds a device that might revive Togami. He's back with a TV for a head. Yikes. Freaking Saya can't take her eyes off of Saint Junko. Monica can't wait. Oh, look at that. Freaking Sayaka's even like, oh my gosh, she's a saint. She would never kill me and be a member of the squad. Saint Junko. Monica can't wait to kill again. Masaru runs the E-ball back for a big touchdown. Shuichi does his best to avoid Karumi. Great Gozu has found a table. Monotaro traps Hina in a box and ships it to Brazil. So long, farewell to you, my friend. So long, farewell, until we meet again. Goodbye, Hina. Kaito attempts to kill Maya, but the Great Gozu intervenes. Gozu had to kill Kaito to protect Maya's life. Ibuki has found a table. Hopefully nobody goes through it. Mahiru blesses them. We've already heard the secret achievement music, Mahiru, and it's not a secret achievement to play it this season, but Makoto and Chihiro's fingers touched by accident. I blush a little bit. Rantaro can't believe Kibo's murdered someone. I can. He's a filthy, waffle-loving murderer. Even though he was the inaugural World Pancake Champion. Hiroko starts sobbing uncontrollably. Hajime and Fat Togami jump from tree to tree. Gonta has found Genocide Jack's scissors. Cute boys beware. Togami feels himself unsure of what happened. I guess he's alive again. Kibo sends out a Pokeball. Out comes Turtwig, who cuts the vines for Kibo. Chisa's only guy for herself. Mitarai is ready to cleave some invaders with his knight's armor. Maya lays the title belt on the ground, grabs Gonta in a headlock, but Gonta has the wherewithal to reverse this. It's an RKO out of nowhere, leaving Maya deceased with a broken neck and, most importantly, a new champ alert. How will this day play out as Nagisa can't even help but admire his own genius mind? Taka uses a mysterious gas to knock out Monodam and Junko. Death Collars on them. Sonya is being chased by Makoto. Makoto uses the power of... Sonya uses the power of Hydro to wet the surface behind her, causing Makoto to slip and break his neck. A lot of broken necks, broken dreams. Monodam rips or at least tries to rip the dust collar off, doesn't do anything. Kumi finds a rocket launcher, that's gonna end well. Kori's now in the house with an Omnitrix around his wrist. Taichi builds a machine that might revive Komaru. It doesn't do anything, but it sure looks cool. Seiko avoids the dark trees whose branches reach out to grab her. Usami looks up and sees a mistletoe hanging above. Kotoko polishes her demon's horns. How wholesome. That demon's huge though, Kotoko. How do you reach the... I guess he's like bent down to get the polish on. And Junko creates a sphere of air around Monotaro and Monica, keeping it there long enough for them both to suffocate within. And they deserved it. Blessed be Saint Junko. Yeah. Well, just like that, we're still at 32, so it is kind of a slow day. No crazy shenanigans are happening right now. It's just the saddest of all moments for Hina, Kaito, Maya, Makoto, Monotaro, Monica. You know, it'd be kind of crazy if there was a lucky cat behind this microphone. Oh my gosh, it's a lucky cat! Anywho. I just realized you can't really see it. He's just over here giving me good luck. He's saying, oh yeah, he's giving Saint Junko good luck, baby. He's trying to he's gonna counteract that jinx, baby. Let's go, lucky cat. That being said, we must continue onward. We still have 32 remaining. It's gonna be a long game. But now we're seeing a whole bunch of death. As Sonya lassos Usami, pushing her into the mystical lake, transforming Usami into a sheep, Taichi, wish she could go home. Corey transformed into an incredibly fast alien, so fast that Ibuki is cut to pieces before Yuta's eyes, and he didn't even see a thing. Usami is a sheep, doesn't do much. Fatsugami throws several pancakes at Chihiro, attracting wild boosts to maul him. Taka accepts the Shadow's Taka gains a power persona. Hiroko bashes Togami's head in, leaving him defunct. Chisa finds my climate change remote. Oh my. Shuichi then puts a death collar on Chisa, says we can't have these remotes. Seiko feels all of her energy being slowly drained. Nagisa finds a big red balloon. Dangerous place for such a poppable entity, except Hajime stomps down on him, then stomps on Taka, then stomps on Monodam. Daisaku is on the verge of a nervous breakdown. Gregozu sets up a table for grabbing Monokid in a headlock. Gregozu then slams Monokid through a table. Yuta finds a seemingly official decree from a powerful archon. Kyoko knocks out Kotoko in a fistfight. Death collars on her too. We have a lot of death collars in play. Mahiru presses a button on her soundboard and she plays the YMCA. She's gonna play the YMCA. Yuta and Masaru and Junko too, and Monofani and Rantaro dance to the YMCA. They're gonna play it the Y. It's the secret achievement. You come to play at the YMCA. Lead tributes in a musical number, exactly what she's done here. There are several musical numbers, but YMCA is the one that she led. Mahiru. 2 secret achievements today, good on them. I didn't expect that one. That one has pretty low odds. And you have to find the soundboard, so good on you, Mahiru. You done it. You done good, kid. You done good. Good for her. She led them in the YMCA. Anywho, once again, Mahiru and Taka to this episode. So, you know, let's see how this all plays out. As Masaru finds a hat rack, so many hats, too many hats. Rantaro's persona levels up, Agi to Agi loud. Kurumi fires a rocket at Junko, who gets blown to bits. How could you, Kurumi? That's Saint Junko. Mitrai attempts to kill Fatsugami, but Sonya intervenes to protect him. Sonya dies in the attempt for Fatsugami. Munakata twitches uncontrollably. Monopony patrols diligently, ready to defend those that she loves. Freaking Saika finds a dapper student Platons, rather fetching, quite fetching. Gundam. It's still a zombie, hasn't turned anybody though. Gonte aims his handgun in the distance. Kotoko corners Rantaro with her demon, and the demon subsequently mauls Rantaro. Togami's dead, and Kibo tosses out a Pokeball. Out comes Snorlax, who unfortunately flattens Yuta. Now we're cooking with gas. We were at our final 21, almost within that top 20. 11 more into your saving grace picks. And remember, this is winner take all. The winner will win for their tag team as well. Who's it gonna be? Who's gonna be a double champion at the end of this night? I'm not sure, but it's a saddest of all moments right now for the Bookster, Chihiro, Togami, Taka, Gundam, Nagisa, Monokid, Junko, Sonya, Rantaro, Yuta. A lot of chaos now. We got 21 people left. Once again, I say we can't dilly and dally too much. I'm not going to check anybody until we're at your top 10. at the very least, but we do have one zombie in play, so we do have to keep that in mind. We could have zombie shenanigans. No ghost shenanigans in play yet, though. Will they show up? Will these spirits come along? Let's find out as we click next round. Oh, there's some purple at the very least. Junko's putrefying peacefully rather. Munakata feels horrible for failing the future side. Masaru gives Munakata a baseball cap. Munakata pulls out a baseball bat out of nowhere and says it's all about the Mets, baby. Let's go Mets. Hoo-hoo, Mets. Gundam dances his withered limbs around, fiddling with them. Gonta uses his wealth to create marketable plushes of Masaru without his permission. Masaru is so mad, but before they have a chance to react, the plushes catch on fire and Gonta loses all of his shmoney. Gonta didn't know plushes were flammable. Oh. Kibo gently pets Usami, who is a sheep. Hiroko has had enough. Hiroko is now enraged. Kotoko checks on her demon summoned hero. Surprisingly, Seiko has been summoned from the despair dimension. She's saved! Shuichi ambushes Hiroko, gets rid of her. Chisa has a skateboard, time to do some sick moves, baby. Gozu finds a boombox, time to play some sick beats, baby. And Monofony finds a wrestling singlet, time to do some sick grabs, baby. Kori sneak attacks Great Gozu and Daisaku, killing them both. Kori could do this, and you have to remember Kori. And there's a world where Kori wins, becomes a double champion, and causes a chaos transferal for the tag teams. That world exists. Usami is a sheep and doesn't do much. Kurumi fires a rocket at a group of enemies, takes out freaking Sayaka and Kyoko caught in the explosions, blast to bits. Kurumi is determined to keep her title. As we see Sayaka's gone, that is most technically a new champ alert. Rest in peace, Sayaka. I thought your reign would have been longer, but instead, Kori said, no, we're going full chaos today. Seiko decides to put Usami out of her sheepy misery. Mitarai and Monokata ambush Fat Togami, rather, killing him. Mahir, using my soundboard, gets a confiscator playing copyright music for shame, but hey, she was like, hey, at least I got a secret achievement out of it. Hajime jumps higher than the tree line and sticks the landing. Taichi tries to build a tank out of sticks and rocks and succeeds at the end of the round, which means we could easily go from 15 to like 9 in one next round. So at our final 15, it is the saddest of all moments for Hiroko, the Great Gozu, Daisaku, freaking Sayaka, Kyoko, Usami, Fat Togami. Lucky Cat going crazy. We have the rest of the show to get on the road. I'm excited to see who becomes double champion today, unless, you know, maybe nobody wins. Who knows? That's a possibility. It's a possibility as well. We will go on, though, because it is time to see who walks out. We do know now that there's a tank in play. If Taichi immediately says, let's use that thing at the start of this next round, we may be barreling towards the end of this game. Not yet. However, even scarier is Chisa uses the climate change remote to change to April. Prepare for pollen. Oh, let me tell you. I already feel it. The pollen is in the air. Mahiro and Hajime frolic to the flowers. Kurumi is planting seedlings in her herb garden. Gonta and Mahiro decide to harvest honey together. Surprisingly, nothing goes wrong. Seiko steals Taichi's tank while he's asleep. Now Seiko has the tank, and she will not be using it. Munakata pushes Kurumi into a blooming rose bush. Sharp thorns seem endless and are enough to kill Kurumi, and that's all of our champions gone in this new champ alert. How will this go on? Masaru gives Monofony a tiara. Monofony feels like the prettiest princess. Mitarai challenges Kori and Kotoko to an anything goes pancake eating competition. Mitarai eats the most pancakes, earning entry into the World Pancake Championship match. Young Mitarai. It's your world. However, Kori then is angry that he lost his match. Mitarai's already run away, so he takes it on Kotoko, who he tosses into the stars as a massive four-armed alien. She's never seen again. Shuichi has been hot on Seiko's trail for days now. Seiko thinks she's gotten away, but Shuichi's deduced the final blow after, you know, deducing that location. Hajime tries to kill Mitarai, but Mitarai's knight armor is carrying him. We're down to our final 12 as Monofony's leveling up her persona, Garu to Garula. Taichi wanted to build a machine that makes the bed that makes Yakiniku. Gundam His body continues to rot as he continues to move. Nekamaru kind of wanders off and gets unlost, which is nice. And Kibo tosses out a Pokeball. Out comes Lucario. Lucario doesn't actually like Kibo and uses Aura Sphere, decimating him. The robot is beat to a bucket of bolts. We are down to your final 12. We have a dozen. It's cheaper by the dozen. One zombie still in play. What will unfold and who will become a double champion as we hit the saddest of all moments 4. Karumi, Kotoko, Seiko, Kibo. I think we just gotta go on. I fear we must proceed. There's not much else we can do except tiptoe and go on. Shall we? Let's do it. It's not your top 10 yet, and it is spring, so we really could go real quick. We could have a winner next round. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Oh, that's actually not even springtime stuff here. As round 7 begins, Chisa doesn't know how to use that skateboard, but she does know how to swing one. Corey, Hajime, and Masaru are caught in the wake of Chisa's path to destruction. Gundam dangles his withered limbs around, fiddling with them. Mahiru finds a waffle. Really? Monophanie's allergies are so bad she gets sick and has to leave the game. Taichi tries to kill Nekamaru, but Nekamaru retaliates and kills him instead. Shuichi finds a bike. Cue the bike theme this late in the game. Don't mind if I do. Kotoko's demon can't find her, remembering that Kotoko has died. Nekamaru finds a pillow. He's so sleepy. You don't want to be this sleepy late in the game. Munakata snaps. He's now frenzied this late in the game. Mitsurai wasn't looking and fell off of a cliff this late in the game. And a mission of rats runs up to Gonta, who embraces them wholeheartedly this late in the game. It's your final 6. It is a crazy final 6, including someone who has just come back to the game after wandering off. We'll check out your final 6 with one zombie in play who will lock it as a double champion after this final saddest of all moments. 4. Corey in the house. Hajime, Masaru, Monophanie, Taichi, Mitsurai. We get down to your final 6 and a zombie. Who's walking out of here champion of champions? And who is walking out of here with diddly squat? We're gonna find out together. You guys might need to make some new picks. I know I do, because it's time. It's saving grace picks time. This is for the championships. One night, winner takes all. Will it be Mahiru? Mahiru could do it. It would be a shock. It would be shock and all. Shock and awe for Mahiru to win this one. She's still got a neon open sign, keep that in mind as well. It is still spring, also keep that in mind. Gundam is a zombie, we'll keep him in mind too, because if he starts to convert people, even if he converts one person, we'll see. Nekamaru. Or nobody and everyone dies around him, for real, for real. Nekamaru is still hanging in there. He was gone for a while, but he came back after getting unlost and took out Taichi along the way. Those two both remain from Danganronpa 2. V3 still has 2 people as well. Shuichi, who has killed, he's got a bike, he might do some bike-themed things. But we also have Gonta. Gonta, who had a pretty great year last year, won the championship twice. Could Gonta walk out of this one as a double champion? That world exists. On Good Friday, the goodest of beings, holding all these good championships, that world does exist. As we scroll down, there are no bears, there are no Ultra Despair girls, and there is nobody from Danganronpa 1. That means Future Side has 2 as well, and it is the power couple Chisa and Munakata. Between Chisa and Munakata, Chisa, who's got a skateboard, she's got the climate change remote, she is a sociopath, but she might just be double champion. Former Agent of Chaos, former champion in her own right, can she be double champion tonight? And Munakata, who's feeling a little bit unstable, he's now frenzied. The frenzy this late in the game could cause a heart attack, or it could be enough to carry you through and get enough kills to win the game. That is your final 6. 2 from Future Side, Chisa and Munakata. 2 from V3, Shuichi and Gonta, and 2 from Danganronpa 2, Mahiru and Nekamaru. Make your saving grace picks first, second, third. I will make mine as well right now. I can't bet against my guy, Nekamaru. I think he's gonna win. I think he's doing this whole thing. for the squad. Give me Gonta for second. I gotta take Gonta, good boy, good bean, good Friday. It just fits. It fits like a puzzle. The pieces, they align like a puzzle, I'll tell you what. And for third, I guess the goodest out of these ones would probably be, you know, predisposed to despair Chisa. But I feel like it's gonna be Mahiru. I think Mahiru is gonna make today her day. Big Stick Mahiru is about to be double champion Mahiru. Will it be Mahiru is the real question. I'm not sure. What I can tell you is that all 6 of these competitors have one goal. This is a special opportunity. All titles on the line is not something that happens often in regular play. Gonta, Nekomaru, Mahiru, Shuichi, Chisa, Munakata, Champion of Champions title, Tag Team title. This isn't just for themselves, it is for the teams and the teammates, the partners that are not with them right now. Your final 6, they carry on for their partners. Their hearts beat in sync across worlds with the same beat as a samurai woman. It is your final 6. How will this play out? Who will be double champion? It is almost done. As Nekomaru finds Thursday V's left shoe, Gundam continues decompose as he continues to move. Chisa finds a bowling ball, hopefully she gets a strike. Kajoko's demon keeps forgetting that he can't find her, keep forgetting that she's dead. Demon, come on. Mahiru eats the waffle, Mahiru likes it, and she will pay for it. Raging Fury grasping his chest. I told you guys, the frenzy growing so overpowering that his heart gives out. The frenzy is a saint and a killer when it needs to be. Gonta commands his rats to ambush Mahiru and Chisa to death. And Shuichi hates the way the comments have been treating him, and he turns heel late in the game. It is a battle between Shuichi, Gonta, and Nekomaru. Nekomaru, who I believe would win this thing for Azuru, and now Gonta, who would win this thing for his wolf bros, his Aru boys. And Shuichi, who would win this one for Kaede and Heizo. Who will walk out as double champion? Who will walk out with their team as champions? I don't know, but it's a terrible turnabout for Munakata, Mahiru, Chisa, Nekomaru, Gonta, Shuichi. Given that I've picked Gonta and Nekomaru as my picks for first and second, not in that order, many of you are probably thinking, oh yeah, Shuichi wins this one. However, you've forgotten about the lucky cat. About to bring me luck and get my saving grace picks right. One person I've picked the person I picked for first, Taka, has already been on the bracket. That means the other person I picked, Nekomaru, he's about to make it here. So without further ado, with 3 people left, unless any shenanigans happen, Shuichi, Gonta, and Nekomaru are all caught in what we like to call in championship action within our final 5 golden crises of fate. Let's find out who will be double champion. Will it end right here? No. But Shuichi ghost rides the bike. Ghost rides the bike. Nekomaru tries to go Gonta, but Gonta's rats chase him off. Ooh, you have to remember Gundam's dangling with those limbs. He's still a zombie. At the end of the day, he could still somehow win this thing, and Nekomaru, Excessive Shadow is Nekomaru, this late in the game gains the power of Persona. If he's able to level it up quick, he could win via Persona. It's gonna be tough, but it's not over yet. As Nekomaru summons his persona, uses Frey, the blast, nuclear blast rather, leaving burns on Gonta's arms. Himiko's corpse is putrefying silently. Chiaki is dead, so is Masaru. Gonta has a nice day cooking with his rats, and Shuichi brings Gonta into a hug before whispering, "You mean nothing to me." Shuichi then slams Gonta to the ground and walks off alone. Gonta is okay physically, but mentally that's gotta tear him apart. This late in the game in your final 3, Shuichi, poor K. And Gundam, his body continues to decompose even as he continues to move. I want to point out that because of that, these two, no longer working together. They were a part of the same team before, but now it's every man for themselves. The next round shows. Well, I guess, you know, I guess they are still working together, my bad. As Nekomaru sneaks up on Shuichi, but Shuichi's known that he's been followed for ages now, able to counterattack and kill Nekomaru. Gundam's body is rotted away entirely, no longer moving. Nagisa's back as a ghost, and Gonta cleans the blood off of his scissors. Actually, no, they are still apart. It's just Gonta's unaffiliated now. He walked away from V3, so we do have to keep going. They're not on the same team. That's wild. So Nagisa has put a ghost in here in the final two. After a terrible turnabout for Nekomaru, Gundam. This is insane. It's Shuichi who just turned his back on Gonta. And Gonta who's got a pair of scissors in his hand, but never forget, Nagisa's lurking in the background as a ghost. Which means in this final two, it could go any way. Literally anybody in the entire game could win. And I have to ask you who. Will it be Shuichi? Gonta? It is winner take all. For the singles title, for the tag team titles, everything is on the line. Will it be Gonta? Will it be Shuichi? One will walk out for their team with their heads held high. The other will die. Or both will die because Nagisa could possess somebody and win this whole thing, causing another co-champion situation. And would also cause a co-tag team championship situation. Essentially putting us back where we were, 2 sets of co-champions. That could happen. We could have essentially what could have been 2 unification matches turns into just one. Will it be Nagisa possessing? Will it be Gonta? Or will it be Shuichi? I think we've belabored this for long enough. Let's click next round. Is it all over? It is! Oh my gosh. I didn't expect the one other odd. Nagisa being responsible for the final kill. Shuichi finds Moon Shoes were not liable for any broken ankles. Shuichi tries to kill Gonta, but Gonta's rats protect him and kills Shuichi. Nagisa kills Gonta through ghastly means. They're both dead. Nagisa watching from the sidelines. Everyone dies. Because it was the ghost that dealt the final blow. If it were just, you know, shenanigans, if it were just like Gonta got lost and never saw it again, I think it would be champions retained, but because Nagisa is the ghost that dealt the final blow. I'm gonna say that it's your final terrible turnabout for Shuichi, Gonta. We'll give it to him. Not for nothing, I think we give it to him, y'all. I think that is, without a doubt, the end of this. That's my employee of the month. And more importantly, for the team Twin Tails, wait, do you know what this means? Hey, first of all, it's your winner. And new double champion in the AWE, my boy. Nagisa, because do you remember who's on Team Twin Tails? Crazy Hyoko, tag team champion yet again. But most notably, put your hands together and pray. Fall and pray to Saint Junko. The luck wasn't for my picks, it was for my my saint, because double champion Nagisa brings the tag team titles home to Twin Tails. Blessed be Saint Junko. Ladies and gentlemen, what a time it is to be alive. Thank you, Nagisa, for taking out Gonta and being that guy. Blessed be to Saint Junko. Crazy Yoko, tag team champion again, has held the tag team championships a lot. Won them for the first time ages ago. I think was the second ever tag team champion? I believe that's the case. First ever tag team champions were Komaru, Sarah and Kaede, the Steel-Minded Girls, and then the second ever ones were the Thumbtack Terrors, I believe, in Crazy Hyoko and Usami, spreading thumbtacks all around the world. Let me talk to you. Saint Junko, blessed be. You love to see it. Tag team champion again. You can keep the title away from keep the title away from Saint Junko, but you can't keep Saint Junko away from the title. She'll always find a way, baby. Yeah, blessed be. Corey's in the house with 4 KOs. Gonta with 4 as well. Shuichi with 3. Hajime with 3. Chisa with 3. Karumi with 3. Great Gozu with 3. Everyone else with 2 or less. We had wait a minute. Technicality. Gonto was first, Shuichi was second. Nekamaru was third, because we don't count zombies. Back again. Chisa was 4th, and Mahiru was 5th. This is 5th when Chaos reigns mid-game. And Mahiru, who's already earned a secret achievement, actually earned you guys a fan vote, Mahiru pulling double duty. Excellent. Excellent for Mahiru. I knew that was the case, but I was like, did anyone get revived? No. So Mahiru actually earns you guys another secret achievement. We might as well just keep the bracket up there. Why not? Why would we not? 3 secret achievements this episode. Mahiru pulling double duty, and then Taka finally finding Pilot in the cornucopia. I'm sorry, not in the cornucopia. Finding Pilot in the Hunger Games arena. Shock and awe. Nagisa is double champion. He is double holding those championships as we come back next week. That's my employee of the month. I don't think, has anyone held both the tag team title and the singles title outside of Komaru and Kokichi? No, I don't think so. I think those are the only 2, but I think the only one who's, I know the only one who's won them all in a single game now is Nagisa. Congratulations to him. A lot was on the line, but he's got them both in his hands. Congratulations. As both Agents of Chaos say, let's put everything on the line. He did it. That is our episode. That's our show. And until next time, thank you guys for watching. We have Inferno. It is going earlier, and it should be, if you watch this at the start, get over there. It should be starting like right now, because we're doing it about 30 minutes early, so I gotta get you out of here. Go ahead, Inferno, in tonight's main event, it's a doubleheader main event. It's Beat the Clock Challenge. Both Sayaka and Yukiko will be competing in Beat the Clock challenges. The winner will be able to select the match type at Ticket to Paradise. So watch right now. The other half of your votes will be competing tonight, and it should be happening in a few minutes if you've started right at 4:30 Eastern Time. So get over there, right here, right now. It's gonna be a fantastic inferno. Who will Rinka face? Who will DDD face? Who will be going crazy? Who will have matches tonight? Find out tonight. I'm heading off to the Flight Crew. Thanks for watching.